our viewing today, boys. Nadal versus Winnie. I don't know what you're on. This is Winnie. Team.
Okay, good morning everybody.
The Arctic 90s.
Alright, let's get started. Yep. Alright, we had another very solid US session with a bit of good economic data coming out. We had durable goods orders that came in better than expected. Schiller Home Price Index and Market Flash PMI all exceeding estimates. You can see there pretty much all sectors in the US up, apart from basic materials, which was down a touch. And then we also have Bank of America, which surged after resubmitting its capital plan to the Fed. And then other outperformers, Facebook, Exelon, and Hillshire. And then in Asia, following the US, you can see all the indexes rising there. Hong Kong outperformed. We had good performance out of Tencent and Lenovo. Tencent at the moment, if I look at Bloomberg's up 1.4%, 1.5%. And then in Sydney, we had the gold miners that followed the slide in the US. Newcrest down to a 4-month low, or gold hit a 4-month low. And then China reported a 1.1% rise in industrial profit for April. Right, and then an interesting chart here. I saw it circulating on Twitter yesterday. Showing GDP growth rate down yesterday, 0.6%. We saw that GDP number came out yesterday. Very poor. I read a Credit Suisse article saying that the second quarter GDP should be slightly better, but still a little bit of a bleak outlook for GDP growth out of South Africa. And that's a little bit worrying, obviously, with inflation that is sort of testing the upper band. No corporate action out today. If we look at data coming out, I'm just going to go through the more important ones. We've got German unemployment changes at 9.55, European money supply year on year at 10, EC consumer confidence at 11, and then the US at 1, mortgage applications. So nothing too huge today. All right, let's have a quick look at some charts. First one I'm going to show is the gold price. You can see that big red candle there sort of gapped right out of the symmetrical triangle that we've been forming recently. It'll be interesting to see if we can't go and test the lows. The lows in the gold price are sitting at around 1188. The height of this channel we're looking at about $55 more or less. If we reach that full target, we're going to be approaching pretty close to where the spot gold, the low of last year, which was around about 1190. So that could possibly be our target. Around 1210 would be our first sort of target for the breakout of this pattern. Another one to keep an eye out in would be silver. Silver's slightly longer term. I'm going to go to a weekly chart here. We've been consolidating pretty neatly right above this sort of $19 level. If we get a close below that level, or sort of a decisive close below there, that could mean pretty big target to the downside on the gold and the silver price, and obviously a lot of the precious metal stocks could suffer with it. All right, so let's have a look at Anglo Gold. We've been watching this one a little bit recently. Let me go back to my daily chart. Okay, so Joe's been walking us through this head and shoulders that's been forming on Anglo Gold. Broke it at 179. Gave us a lot of time to get short of this one. It was consolidated right below that breakdown point. And then yesterday we had that big gap, which reached our first target from this little sort of consolidation we had on the right shoulder. The full target from the complex head and shoulders comes in at around 150. So possibly still some more downside on Anglo Gold. Might be a little bit late to chase it now, but possibly wait to see if we get a little more consolidation or a small bounce from here to get short on. If we have a look at the other ones, Gold Fields, not as clear cut as Anglo Gold. It's been sort of stuck in a rising wedge. Broke down 3 days ago out of this but then yesterday was the more decisive breakdown. Possibly a lower, probably quite a bit lower target. You could still see another 10% down on this one. So same thing. Sort of keep an eye out for opportunities to get short. All right, next one I wanted to show was ShopRite. ShopRite's at a very interesting stage at the moment. We've got 165 is the level we've been watching over the last few weeks. Very crucial level. Bit of a head and shoulders has formed here. Yesterday we broke down and sort of bounced right off the 50 and 200-day moving averages to close right below that 165 level. What's interesting here is the 50-day moving average, which is moving above the 200-day moving average. As everyone knows, that's the golden cross, and it's normally pretty bullish for stocks. So we'll see if we get some support off this, off the 50-day moving average here. Then this head and shoulders could be negated. We would need to sort of see a close above, I would say, 167, 168 for another move to the upside. On the downside, if we see sort of a weekly close by 165 or sort of a couple of days below 165, that could be confirmation for a move approximately 12 Rand lower than where it currently is. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.
No worries.
I'm thinking about selling a couple of beers, man. I'm excited because the EZA traded like absolute dog shit.